Good evening, loves. I'm going to try this again. Welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, coming at you with open mic night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Neil, you know how I like to. Hello, Carla Jean. Thank you for coming back in the room. Girl, I don't know what's going on tonight, but guess what? Oh, we still going forward because we on a mission. Hmm. Now, I'm gonna reintroduce the deepest thoughts, expressions by Lavina, my dirty little secret, and emotional, our latest baby. Hello, Lori, I think that is Edwards. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. And please, you guys, the mic is open. If you like to come in the room, just send the invite or put your name on the screen and I will. Oh, you have expressions? Oh my goodness. Do you like the book, Carla? Okay, wait a minute, you guys. Oh, we have an invite. Let's go. Okay. For joining, sweetie. Just waiting for um Twas was wanted to pop up in the room. Real War, thank you for joining.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your screen is black, sweetheart. Is it intended to be black?
I guess probably like my phone is probably because it's like I know I updated, but I will update my phone by at least tomorrow. It's an Android, so I guess it goes that way. But I'll figure it out. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be updated by definitely tomorrow. I'm upgrading a new phone.
Okay, you're fine. So, what's your name again? It says Twas TWASS or
Yes,
what's your name, love?
Um, well, people call me on I guess on the poetic platform. Not I'll say digital poetic platform. T was, or you call me
Okay, well,
Terry.
we'll call you T Was.
Yeah,
Is
for
if
sure.
that's your poetic name, we'll go with T Was.
Yeah.
Carla Jean, he said his screen. It's like that. It needs to be updated, so his screen is going to be black. Um, Real War, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining everything, Felicia. Um, and after Twas does, Twas, I take it that you're gonna, or T was, I take it that you're gonna share a piece with us tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Y'all who's on here, please forgive me. I promise I'm gonna upgrade my phone definitely by tomorrow or Thursday. Sorry, y'all have to hear my.
Sweetheart, you don't have to explain anything. You can go ahead and give us your piece so we can get this party started.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, coming at you with open mic night. Our first performer, T was. The floor is yours, love.
Alrighty. Let's see. Black women are the canvases to the eternal Picasso paint strokes. Create with genetic DNA components in all creation for four reasons. One is their resiliency. Vincent Van going through the starry nights of their genes refuse to become a bunch of bootleg Michelangelos. When the going gets tough, as Goosebumps begin to speak bread with excitement, as everyone hears, give a standing ovation from the 16th chapel of their domes, singing through many Mona Lisa mouths of many, echoing throughout the whole universe as they sing how great there are two. Their texture radiance of their courage shine bright like the sun, as it was a valuable artifact placed in a glass case of their art museum. being viewed under adversity within high bidders, trying to buy their imago Dei trait character as if it was a souvenir sought to be sold, just as if she don't have a soul, for she can't be sold because he's priceless. So she beats the odds by songs and doubters, so well that their tongues become tongue-tied and speech, gasping from their lips, causing them to be so dyslexic with the English dictionary language of a black woman's boldness. For there are no words to express the heavy definition from its tongue, so what more can I really say? 3. There's lines of symmetry within their hairs. Courses through many faces like a bunch of rainbows. Courses through the skies perfectly, just as if God was making moonlight set out of courses through his omnipotent fingers. Mixed with Bach and Beethoven's symphonies, and printed existence within black women's strands of their hair, so inscrutable without no gray area, so no wonder why it's called Proverbs for a reason. Because every strand of their hair speaks volumes of their God-given wisdom, belonging to the wisest of them all, smarter than Albert Einstein developing the theory of special relativity, and George Lemaitre discovered the Big Bang Theory, all combined into one motion, which leads to 4. Their vitamin C melanin hues of their skin is more than a color, was a priceless artifact with its priceless value, passed down from generation to generation like an old family secret recipe, not to be a mistaken pass over our oxen for them to be passed over. But the celebration of her worth and courage of knowing of her worth and value of who she is, a black woman, you were created with purpose and for purpose within the kingdom. But don't be so kingdom that you develop amnesia forgetting who you are. So do me a favor. Your heels 3 times like Dorothy or with ruby red slippers, and all you will wake up to reality that this is not Kansas anymore, for in the culture they'll put all of you in a fraction. Dominating with their wicked wits lies, saying that your value is undervalued. Eating away the beautiful scarecrow of your minds as if it was a bunch of crows that are pleading with you as you stand out. You don't lose the 10-man heart that's inside of you. But yet continue to let the spirit in you lead like Toto, the yellow brick roads of all you become the woman that all you are created to be, as you let your courageous voices roar through the whole entire universe like a bunch of lions that knowing that you are on fire, like Alicia Keys says, so black woman. Continue to be the beautiful artworks that you are. As you let your light shine down through in the midst of darkness on behalf of men everywhere, including me. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Honey, we starting this party off right nice. That was fire. Thank you so much. Now, please tell the audience where they can follow you at.
Definitely follow me on the left-hand screen, which is TWAS25. Got a couple projects that I'm working on as well. Perform on digital platforms and also travel to city to a city near y'all. And that is about it.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us tonight. You're definitely fire. I appreciate it. Now, please, if there's anyone else in the room who would like to hit the mic, let's go. Please send me a request and we'll get you in the room.
Peace and blessings. Thank you for
Tiva.
having me. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, Open Mic Night. Is there anyone else in the room who would like to come on in and give us some of their fire? Well, until they do, I'll do a short poem. This poem is dedicated to my son. My womb was flooded with light racing towards a universe of only which one could merge. A union took place and you, man-child, were formed. Nestled deep within me, nurtured by the abundance of health and strength, you grew stronger with each passing day, forming a bond of love unlike any I had encountered. I thought this must be something like God feels towards me, towards us. But I couldn't. I couldn't give you, man child, my only son like God did. God gave his only begotten son that we would have life and have this life more abundantly. What an abundant blessing I have in Bradley. You guys, thank you. Please, if there's anyone else who would like to come in the room, this is your time to go ahead and shine. Let's see. Let me send out some requests and let a couple people know we here doing our thing. And if they would like to come on and hit the mic, they're more than welcome to come in. Let's see. Let's go, people. Oh, Nima L and Jacina, thank you guys for joining. If you would like to come on in the room, if you would like to come on live, give us a poem and share, we would greatly appreciate it. Just send me a request, please, and we'll get you in the room. Now, you guys, okay, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you again about, I'm super excited. This Saturday, April 16th, I have a live show. I'm performing in Wilmington, Delaware, 205 West 9th Street at 5 p.m. The doors open, and at 5:30 promptly, the show shall begin. So if you're in the tri-state area, please get your tickets and come on through. Nima L, darling, would you like to come on the microphone? Oh, Carla Jean, most definitely, sweetheart. Yes, please come on in, sweetie. Let's see. Let me try this again. There we go.
Hey, Lavina.
Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. We have Miss Carla Jean giving us a taste of other poets. How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Sorry, I'm
Thank
not
you. Thank you
dressed
for coming in the
appropriately
room.
to come up with you.
Oh, girl, please.
You always bring your A game. Okay. So I'm on a Margaret Atwood kick. Margaret Atwood. Can you see the cover? And I'm working on my reading, so hopefully this will be okay. Okay. It's called Half Hanged Mary. It says Half Hanged Mary was Mary Webster, who was accused of witchcraft in the 1680s in a Puritan town in Massachusetts and hanged from a tree, where, according to one of the several surviving accounts, she was left all night. It is known that when she was cut down, she was still alive, since she lived for another 14 years. And my dog's barking. Sorry. Okay. I'm just going to go. Okay. 7 p.m. Rumor was loose in the air, hunting for some neck to land on. I was milking the cow, the barn door open to the sunset. I didn't feel the aimed word hit and go in like a soft bullet. I didn't feel the smashed flesh closing over it like water over a thrown stone. I was hanged for living alone, for having blue eyes and a sunburned skin, tattered skirts, few buttons, a weedy farm. Oh my gosh, is that too distracting?
Oh,
I'm so sorry. He's being bad.
It's okay.
I just didn't want to leave you hanging, but he's being really obnoxious. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine, sweetie. Things happen. It is not the end of the world. I'm gonna. Carla, don't you write poetry?
Yeah, I do. I just the problem is that most of it's on my phone, so I have to plan ahead if I'm gonna have an iPad and then. Sorry, I'm gonna
Gotcha.
But I'll stay in the room for a little bit. Thank you. It's good to see
you. You're very welcome. No problem.
See you later.
Real War, would you like to come in, sweetheart, and share one of your songs with us? Um, AJ was in the house. Let me see if he's still here. I'll send. Oh, wait a minute. Touch, maybe Touchstone. Would you like to come in and share? Okay, real word declined. Okay. I know it because sometimes when people put me on the spot to come in, okay, in 5 minutes, Real War will join us. Okay, let's see. Um, okay. Let's see if these guys will come in the room and share some of their poetry. Oh, Carla Jean, it really is okay, sweetheart. I had a like I said, I have guests that come in, but this week, hey, TT, the Poetic Libra, thank you for joining, sweetie. Um, my guest didn't respond, and I don't like to like go down my list and then have to push everybody up after about they've already committed to certain dates. So that's why I had the open mic night, because you guys, I like to bring other artists in the room and get them popping and whatnot. TT the Poet, would you like to come in and share a poem with us tonight? You're more than welcome to come in the room. Okay, he's unable. Oh, you guys, why are you? Okay, let me see. Let me attempt this again. Oh, wait, what did she say? Okay, thank you, Carla Jean. I appreciate that. Okay. One on poetry. Mr. William Washington, would you like to come in the room tonight and share with us a poem? Let me see if I can get you in. Hold on. An invitation. Let's see. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. Let me see. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to A Taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, please give us your name.
My name is Preston, but I go by Touchstone_1, and I also go by Freddie Freeloader, actually. So,
Okay, well, welcome. Thank you for joining tonight.
yeah,
Now,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Will you share with us?
Sure. Let me just find something. I was just checking you out, and then all of a sudden I get a request. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what I got here. Yeah, okay. I have a piece called Contradiction.
Okay.
Let's read that. Okay, so it sounds like this: 20 rounds and nothing less. The sound of carnage, another life spent. How many bullets does it take to extinguish a light? For mass murderer Dylan Roof, not a single shot. A protective vest and a Burger King meal.
Hold on for a second. He must not realize that.
Okay.
I do apologize. He doesn't realize. Real
Oh, I'm
War.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Turn your
sorry. My
turn,
bad.
yeah, turn the music down. You're up after
My bad. I'm
when
sorry. I
he's
didn't know I
finished.
was
Okay,
up already. I
sweetheart.
didn't know I was up already.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't realize.
That's okay. That's fine.
So please forgive.
Oh,
Can you
not at
please
all.
start
No,
again?
that's cool. That's cool. All right, so I'll just start over again.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome. So, contradiction: 20 rounds and nothing less. The sound of carnage, another life spent. How many bullets does it take to extinguish a light? For mass murderer Dylan Roof, not a single shot. A protective vest and a Burger King meal was as close as he came. Jacob Blake didn't stand a chance, caught between a distorted reality of Two extremes, the illusion of inclusion, winners and losers, a double standard, similar circumstances, but different conclusions, attempting to play by the rules while targets on a hit list, time suspended, but who broke the clock? Searching for comfort among rocks and hard places. No such luck, fam. Here comes the switch up from infinite dreams of belonging to temporal thoughts of surviving. Day after day, second guessing, should I or shouldn't I? Think again and forget the rest. Everything you've known except right now. Maybe I need to relax and reflect, lighten up, start investing in Ambi skin cream products, bleach this melanin and hide inside the cracks, begin slipping past by passing by, fading into this facade of hope, invade this America great again scene. Nope, a pipe dream scheme to the land of make-believe. But instead of Mr. Rogers, Willie Lynch is behind the wheel. Jimmy Crow grinning, riding shotgun. Better run. This trolley's taking off. All points south. Next stop, cotton fields and poplar trees. Don't get caught after dark. Howdy, neighbors. Can't we all get along? Brother man, this black don't wash off. This Afritude don't lose its shine. They see us coming to take back what's ours. It's fear of a black planet. Cue the music. Terminator X. Kick that bass. Don't be deceived thinking it's about the green or that education and diction will secure you a seat at the table. They aim to drag us back to a simpler time when we were perceived docile, infantile, and knew what time it was. If we forgot, we got our clocks clean. So strap up, put on that armor. And if you don't know God or believe in something higher, better arm yourself. Get ready to rumble. Martin's dream is unraveling. Another red summer is upon us. Time to knuckle up because this is a battleground. Make no mistake about it. Our lives hang in the balance.
That was fire. That was fire.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, he
That
has
was
sound the
awesome. That was
alarm.
awesome, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, yes.
Yes, he said, don't even be duped by this little facade because
They try to take us back when we
there's
were
no such
docile.
thing. Wait a minute, of which we never were.
Oh, right,
That's
right,
the
right.
deal.
I know, but
You know what I'm
their
Well,
saying?
mind, in
That's
their mind, we were.
right, that's the misperception there.
Yeah.
That's the misconception there.
Exactly. But the deal is, they didn't even think that we could learn another language. We what learned it, mastered it, and moving on.
Exactly.
Right.
So exactly.
How can
that
you
was
stop a supercomputer from advancing? You can't.
There you go.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
Exactly. Yes, that was
That was
fire.
real
I like
nice,
that.
man.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, deep.
Yes.
I'm all
All
about
right.
words.
Well,
All right. Well, I'm going to slide on out and let somebody else come in, but I appreciate you having me. All right.
Yeah, man, that was a blessing,
yes,
man.
most definitely.
We
All
need
right.
But
Be
wait, you got
easy.
you got to tell everybody your Instagram and everything though.
Exactly.
I'm
Before
sorry.
you go.
Your Instagram. We need to know people need to know where to
Oh
find you.
yeah, I'm touchstone_1, and then I'm also Freddie Freeloader. That's my jazz poetry side. So either one.
Oh, you do
Oh yes,
jazz.
yes, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it
Okay.
out.
You do
I'm gonna have
jazz
to check it
poetry as
out.
well?
You know what? I'm gonna have you on the show. How about that?
Sure. Okay.
Okay, I'll DM you and you can play some of your music
Oh,
and
well, this is poetry, not music. It's just jazz
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 poetry.
poetry. That's what it is. Yeah.
You know what? I can dig it because I have one poem that is a
Okay.
jazz piece because I was asked to speak at the bishop's I think it was his birthday party and he had what's his name? Oh my God. I can't recall the guy's name, but so I came up with this piece. Razima Jazz Taz.
Oh, okay.
That was a YouTube
Okay.
groove.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't because it's been so long since I've done it, but that was so yeah, I'm like, okay, I gotta check out, I gotta hear some, I gotta bring you on.
Okay. Okay.
So look for it. I'll get in your inbox and send out shoot a date to you.
Okay. You gonna spit that jazz piece today?
I don't.
Yeah,
It's
put her on the
been, oh
spot.
my
Put her
God,
on the spot.
forever.
Let's hear that jazz piece.
I'm
What's
like
Hey
good?
man.
that jazz piece. I cannot spit today because I really don't recall
Okay. Okay.
because I only did it that one time for that event.
For
Oh,
the
okay. That's cool.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. I don't
and
run
it,
across too many jazz poets, so anytime somebody says I
yeah,
do
that
jazz poetry, of course I'm trying to hear that. So
right, yeah. So I did because it was a jazz event. I was like, okay, I need something that kind of sound like jazz and
okay.
whatnot. So that's how that came about. But if you still in the room, maybe you can come back and do one of your jazz pieces. How about that?
Well, I mean, if you want me to kick one right after my man does his, I'll do it. I'll do that.
Okay, we'll do
Okay.
that. Real War, you go, and then he gonna give us a
Yeah,
jazz piece.
I'm an artist of life, you know what I'm saying? I believe that there's no boundaries or categories that should hold you in life. You should not I would never say that I'm a hip hop artist or I'm a reggae artist. I am actually a artist of life, an artist of pain, love, a journey, you know what I'm saying? So, I make music based
Hmm.
upon the feeling, the vibe, the moment. So we capture these moments and then we
Yeah,
reflect them to our listeners. And this
yeah.
song is about, like eye contact. I believe in eye contact. In a relationship, it's super important to have eye contact. You understand? So it's like if
Hmm.
you're talking to me and you're like, hey, you don't have eye contact, you're not really into me. So this thing is called Looking Right Back. It's one of my latest releases. It was actually released on my birthday, April 9th. So
Happy birthday and congratulations.
respect. I'm gonna do a little something for you. Bang bang. Hey Lavina, big up yourself.
How
I be catching man
you
feelings looking right
doing?
back, looking right back.
How
What
you
is that?
doing? How you doing?
Tsunami, she want me on site, take off she panty, she call me, legs wide, she say come get punani. In deep she ballin', tight up no falling, ass off the shaman. She kiss the body say charming, lights on, lights off, all clothes get tossed. She get the trouble from my boss, body don't go soft. Raw love, no filter. With the future, I'll filter. OG, I skilled her. Straight to sleep, I willed her. She too hot for the winter. Baby, let me NFT mint your master. Your body, no splinter. Don't be looking at me like that. I be catching mad feelings looking right back. Looking right back. Looking right back. I be catching mad feelings looking right back. Tell me why you're looking like snack, looking like snack, looking like snack. She codes get cracked, unload the air track, she bite that whole system. Don't be looking at me like that. I be catching mad feelings looking right back, looking right back, looking right back. I be catching mad feelings looking right back. Baby, tell me why you're looking like snack, looking like snack, looking like snack. She codes get cracked, unload the air track, she bite back whole system. Out of her true religion, and when she sit down on leg and she make her right on superstition. I got her vocals disturbing the locals. I'm talking oceans, no pills are no potions. Everybody part get touched, and I want portions. Love like we paint a collage. Encore, everything she made it massage. Hands on her rear go massage. Baby, listen, baby, I'ma kiss you with your flaws. Baby, you can miss me with your draws. Baby, just lubricate your jaws. Them can't replicate the boss. Oh God, can't replicate the boss. No. Hey, Lavina, tell them. Them can't replicate the boss. What the man say? Don't be looking at me like that. I be catching mad feelings looking right back, looking right back, looking right back. I be catching mad feelings looking right back. Baby, tell me why you're looking like snack, looking like snack, looking like snack. Your codes get cracked, unload the air track, she bite back, whole system. Oh God, tell me why you're looking like snack. Yeah man, big up yourself. I appreciate the blessing. Yeah, I know what it is, man. Music is life, yo.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
Music
yeah,
is
yeah,
life.
yeah.
I
that's what's
believe
up.
music is poetry in motion. Just with a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you so much for the opportunity, Lavina. I know it's love, yo.
You're
Blessings
That
welcome.
and
hook
power.
was
Thank you
dope.
for coming in. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
fire.
Respect.
what's
Yo,
up.
it's on
That's
all
what's up.
platforms. Follow me on all platforms at Real War, REALWARR. That's two R's. You know, war. It's not war like fighting. It's not war like it's like war on the poverty, war on suicide,
Okay.
war
All right.
on the shit that's breaking us apart. You understand? So it's like my weapon is love. So follow me right now. You know what I'm saying? Blessings up.
All right. All
Respect.
right. All right.
There we
That's
go.
what's up right
Peace.
there.
Thank you, Real War.
Respect.
That was dope.
That's what's up.
Yes, yes. Divine, as soon as, okay, wait a minute. Your name again. Please
Oh,
forgive
not at all.
me.
Touchstone_1. Or you can just call
Touchstone.
me
I
Preston.
like that, Touchstone.
Yeah.
Soon as Touchstone, he's going to give us another piece, and then you can share with us also.
Okay.
Okay. Let me do this right quick. This piece is called Dizzy's Den. And it sounds like this. Smiles and smoke soak this bohemian night spot. Hot dimes and red wine, specialties of the house. Jazz, just the appetizer.
Hello.
Outrageous, contagious, check this. Professorial cats in pork pie lids and copacetic soul patches. Cool, spontaneous, getting it in on too small bandstand, earning ends spent quietly, casual, dig. Long, lanky frames engaged in the euphonious. Half notes bent, tones twisted, sublime, soulful, tromboning, saxophoning, over brushes swish, staccato bass bottom, mood indigo swinging, late into the AM, what a rush. Hush. Here comes my favorite part. Syncopated insomniacs hopped up on timeless rare sides, unable to remember when they didn't live the music. Extensions of themselves, breaths suspended, blowing modal blue streams of consciousness, warm, wooing as if pursuing a lover. Beautiful, lyrical, flirtatious lines, flattering the senses. 4 more bars, closing set, encore. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That was
I
dope.
know that's right. I like that. You don't have to go home,
That was dope.
but you got to get that out of here. Touchstone, I like that. Thank you so much. And this time I wrote your name down because, like I said, look for me in your inbox.
All right, all right, all right.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Well, I appreciate being on, and I'll just
Yes.
listen offline.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you so
all right,
much.
appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. This is a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, Open Mic Night with Divine Charles. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm all right. Uh, I did have a new piece. I don't know if I should read it or what, but I kind of want to recite another. So we get one piece, right?
Well, actually, you can do 2 pieces.
Okay.
That's
All
fine.
right. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. Sorry, before you go forth. Please tell me your name, and I'm hoping I don't mess it up when I pronounce it. With the hat on.
My name is Kundan. It's
Wait a
Kundan.
minute. Say it again.
Kundan.
Quindin.
No,
Okay.
Kundan. Kundan. It's not a Q, it's a K. K-U-N-D-A-N. Kundan.
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 There we go.
Did
Yeah.
I say it right?
Yeah.
Kundan.
Yeah.
Got you. Kundan. Okay. Thank you for joining, Kundan. I just wanted to say hello to you. Doing an open mic show, this is definitely new to me. So when people come in the room, I'm like, what do I do? What do I say? So just bear with me. But please, Divine Charles, do share with us.
Okay. All right. So I said my word is your drug. Just know it's very potent. I'm trying to dissect the mind, the divine. This runs deeper than the ocean. I said, baby.
Hi.
How you
Hi.
doing?
I said,
How you
baby,
doing?
do you believe in love at first sight? Well, me either. I mean, I double tap your photos a couple of times and wait for 12 p.m. for you to go live, my Insta crush. We haven't exactly met yet, but I'm planning in advance. They say I look like Tay Diggs, so I know I got a chance, my little brown sugar. I don't even know your name, but I'm planning to slide into your DM like baggage claim. You gave me a glimpse of who you are, so now I got a set plan to make you mine in no time and prove that I'm the best man. But you always talk about your ex, and that's the part that leaves me vexed. Cause really, you should be thinking about who you'll be with next. And so what? You got his name on your arm. You could get a new tat, and I proved that with me, Stella finally get her groove back. So what I'm trying to say is, I like you. I'd say you a hottie, and I know I ain't lusting because you barely show your body. I really like you. Not that you actually care, but there's only one way to find out. So let me swallow my fear. My name is Divine. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Divine.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now, Divine,
Hmm.
are you okay today? Because this is my second time seeing you. You were online earlier, and you good?
You know what? That's a good question. That's a really, really good question.
For some reason, is your phone ringing? Because you faded out.
1 second. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. That's a really good question. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
not. But yeah,
You're not yourself. I mean, I could tell just your whole,
yeah,
yeah.
the open mic helps. You know,
Okay.
it's just a lot on my head right now. But yeah, I do this to, level myself out.
That's what's up. Well, I'm glad I was here and decided to do an open mic tonight
Yeah,
because, yeah, we don't want anybody going through anything by themselves,
yeah,
you know.
definitely.
Now, were you going to share another piece or?
Yeah, I wanted to share my new piece. Uh, 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 I normally don't do this, but I'm gonna read it to y'all.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it goes like this. I've been trying to lift the spirits of my brothers, outshining obstacles overlooked each day. But we keep repeating the same things. It seems they don't want to understand why we cry for the Nicole Poultries who lose their grooms, the Breonna Taylors that get shot and die in their rooms, small bandages on bullet wounds, the mothers who can't sleep at night since the Micaiah Bryants and the Dante Wrights. Hard to see outside of the box when they just keep diluting the truth and everything is whitewashed. Say it with me. Whitewashed. They killed my brother and now I could see red like a cyclops. Whitewashed. Can't enjoy the fruits of my labor because I'll end up in a pine box. Whitewashed. If they keep us separate, black love will be diminished. Whitewashed. Like when we code switch when we doing business. Whitewashed. They blind us with the money and control our interests. Whitewashed. Like one of our recipes on Pinterest. Like I said, I wanted to write a poem where I don't sound like the angry black man, but this is me. And we get over things way too easily. Like, for example, I had a puppy named Mushu. They said he'd live up to 12, but he lived up to 14 years. Then he thawed and resolved into a do. So I am so sorry to Mayor Rice that a trigger happy cop allowed my dog to outlive you. And I still want to write a beautiful black poem. And I still have a choice, but I refuse to mute my voice. And that's words of divine. Thank you.
Excellent. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Uh, Divine, I hope that your spirit is lightened, um that the burden that you're carrying, that you would trust to turn it over to God because
Yeah.
he don't want you going around in the mind space that you're in right now.
Yeah, It's a little crazy, but like, I have special coping mechanisms. You know,
Got you.
I'm definitely writing and just trying to get back to myself. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to trust that. I'm going to trust
Mhm.
you because you know you better than I do.
Huh?
But thank you for coming. I said I'm going to trust that you will balance out. I said because you know you better than I know you. So I'm
Yeah,
trusting
yeah.
that you're going to be okay. I'm trusting you that you're going to be okay.
Got you. Got you.
Cool?
Absolutely.
Got you. Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
for
having
coming
me.
in tonight. Yes, and thank you for
All
sharing.
right, no problem. I'll be here.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And before condone goes forth, young lady, can you please share your name?
Hey y'all, I'm Ario versus Lachelle. Song verses, poetry verses, Bible verses, that's my thing. So I'm a
Okay.
poet. I'm gonna share
Okay.
some poetry with y'all tonight when the time comes. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Condone, please share with us. Well, first of all, how are you doing tonight? How about that?
I am doing well. I've been consistent with doing my daily creative vulnerability series. I believe you were in the comments on Sunday when I did the interview with Mariana. So thank you for being there. Yeah, I did
Yes.
another one this morning at 10:10. This morning
Hmm.
I talked about reclaiming pleasure and aliveness,
Hmm.
and that was a fun topic. I did that because I finished writing a new poem about pleasure uh, that I've been working on for about 2 weeks. So I've been writing other poems in the meantime,
Hmm.
but that I knew was going to be a long-term project because I started with making a whole mind map and stuff like that. So, and that's where the preparation part comes in, right? When I talk about the 4 stages of the creative process, as I mentioned in that live that you
Hmm.
attended. Yeah, so that was really fun because originally I was going to talk about reclaiming cultural identity this morning,
Hmm.
but because that new poem came through, I decided to change the topic and I'll switch to I'll talk about reclaiming cultural identity tomorrow
Hmm.
morning. But yeah, I would love to share the new poem as my second poem, but I have this one first, loneliness versus aloneness, that I would like to share first. So,
Thank you.
because yeah, I like to share that poem first whenever I'm at a live for the first time. I think this is my first time being at your live,
Yes, it is. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
and your name's Lavina, yeah? That's your,
Lavina, yes.
yeah. All right, loneliness versus aloneness. To be looked at but not really seen, to be heard but not really listened to be touched but not really felt, to be tasted but not really savored, to sense my pheromones but not really feel the innermost depths of my presence, to be in each other's company but not really feel at home. Is this what it's like to be lonely even in relationship? Ah, in that case, I'd rather practice being at home in my aloneness, learn how to be complete with my inner lover. And
That
yep, that's the first
so yeah, so in other words, you just could happy with self.
one. Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. I I have another show where I talked about that. That's it's important to be balanced so you're good whether someone else is in your presence or not. So that's really important.
hmm
I like that. Now, please, you said you would share another poem with us.
Yeah, interestingly enough, both of these poems are inspired by the short stories in the same book. This poem was
Mhm,
inspired by the first story. So there's a book called Love and Color by
mhm,
Bolu Babalola. Yeah, I think that's
mhm,
her name, yeah. And she's Nigerian, and the book is a collection of romantic short stories that are like feminist retellings of folk tales and famous stories like A Thousand and One Nights and things like that. Uh,
mhm,
this poem just now is inspired by the first story, which is a retelling of Ocean's story,
mhm,
and each story is so amazing. I feel I take like a 2 or 3 week break in between reading each story, and I end up
mhm,
writing a poem based on each story because each story actually raises my standards about what I want in a relationship.
mhm.
It really does. The book is that amazing. So this is you can tell by the poem the effect the story had on me. So this one that I'm about to read that I wrote just this morning is inspired by the second story, which in that book, which is a retelling of A Thousand and One Nights. And this is quite a sensual poem. This is called Rhythmic Superpositions.
Okay.
And it's Tasty Tuesday, right? Yeah,
Okay. I'm like, okay, rhythm. Okay.
yeah.
Honey, we listening. We listening.
Feeling your lips move like that, your eyes making those waves, your hands driving my soft curves into hard muscles, yet still flexible, still free. This smooth interplay of hard and soft is incredible sensations of freedom, like I could bust out of my body, yet still feeling my body more than ever, feeling its aliveness like I never have before. Feeling my eyes on your face, my awareness expanding beyond myself, like I want to get to know you, all of you. The tambourine in my chest making faster sounds, feeling my muscles clench and recoil in anticipation of you perhaps saying no. Yet this itself is an aliveness I get to retreat from or enjoy, simultaneously feeling my skin getting warm, my muscles relaxing, enjoying my own lips move into beautiful circles, enjoying its tingles as it moves into a bowl ready to shoot its shot, ready to let the bowl release. Because yes or no, I still feel more alive than ever, feeling my own impact on you, as if it's my own body too that's affected, like a particle becoming one with its own wave, its own effect. Knowing this, what I release to you, I also release inside myself on some level, in some way. I try to move slowly yet surely, my eyes open, even my skin also becoming my ears, listening for every twitch of you, reaching, recoiling, or unsure, trying to gauge, letting the cauldron of my magical drum beat its spell, but still allowing this moment to be co-creation with you, so that the wholeness, our togetherness, becomes greater than the sum of its parts, so that it's not so much about what happens when our bodies intertwine in mutual mourning, but what happens afterwards. How calm is our breath? How vast do we feel inside and in the space between? And yet, how much more cozy is this space becoming? How our hugs How are our hugs so much like castle walls and yet like rose petals at the same time? How is simply being next to you becoming more and more enough? Laying my head beside you, still silent. No need to always be checking for intruders, no intrusion, no intrusive thoughts, because with you, it's just the very bottom of the ocean, so silent, so still, so safe. That's also the top of a tree, touching the infinite sky, filled with the music of the 10,000 birds chirping in harmony.
So you have become one with your love, I see. Honey, he done sent up high praise. He done connected to the universe. That's some serious love, honey.
I told you that every story in that book raises my standards on love, on relationships.
Yes, I'm hoping and praying that she is, as
Yeah,
you spit those poems, that she is being shaped and formed and molded, and she's preparing for you, honey.
yeah,
So yes, it's going to be awesome. We want to be invited to the wedding.
yes.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, Condone, thank you so much for joining. Tell us where we can find you, and what days your show airs.
It's every day at 10:10 a.m. PST, which is 1:10 p.m. EST. And it's every day until at least the 18th or the 19th, and then I don't know if I will continue after that, but I will do it at least until the 19th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. Say that one more time, please, the last part.
It's every day, it's daily until the 19th so far.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, why until the 19th? What happens?
Well, so today was day 10, and then the 19th will be day 17. It's
Mhm.
not any particular thing. It's just sort of like a decision point for me whether or not I want to switch it to a weekly show after that, or whether I want
Okay.
to continue. It's about my energy and whether I can uh, have it be sustainable for me to do it daily, long term. I know some people do it like daily for like 100 days or 30 days or things like that, but
Right.
I have to check in with my own energy. So that's why I said at least until the 19th. Yeah,
Got you.
maybe more.
Got you. Okay. I understand. I totally get that.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, once a week for me is
yeah,
is a lot. And then I just
yeah.
started another show on my other page.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay. It's not a poetry show though. It's a show
Yeah.
about health, healing, and things of that nature.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. And
but
also I am looking for guests, right? So sometimes I do bring on guests like Mariana, like on that day.
mhm,
So far I have
mhm.
two more guests. There's a guest on Sunday and Monday. So if you or Ariel want to be a guest on any one of these days, let me know and I'll put you in my schedule in my calendar. It's 1:10 p.m. EST or 10:10 p.m. PST. So every single day, let me know.
Got you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Ariel.
Yes,
Ariel,
ma'am.
wait a minute.
It's Ariel. You can
Say
call me
your name.
Ari. It's fine.
All right.
Ari.
Cool.
Ari. I like that. Ari.
Thank
Ari.
you.
Ari with, wait a minute. Ari with the scriptures.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Ari with the
So
scripture.
please,
Oh God.
yes, honey, that means you ready. You locked and
Yeah, because
loaded.
my name means
Armor is on.
Lion of
No
Elohim.
weapon formed. Wait a minute. Turn your volume up for me.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So my name actually means Lion of Elohim, and I want to do a quick piece because I'm supposed to be somewhere else, but I'm not first on the list, so it's
Oh,
okay. They're okay. Like I don't have to be there right now.
okay.
But I want to do a piece called Kink.
Okay.
Kink. Oh, if I could find it. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I
It's
had it
okay.
up here and then I
Take your
lost it.
time.
How did I do
It's all
that?
right. It is all right.
I like to be prepared. Okay, I will jump right into it. All right.
I know. I know.
I think this could be something, but only if I let it be organic and not just primal. That was always my mistake. But what we have is undoubtedly different, right? So I wanted to tell you how I feel, but I hid behind my sexuality because that's easy. Vulnerability is tricky for me, especially outside of metaphors, stanzas, and similes. Sometimes I feel suffocated by fists full of fear of failure, of success, of the unknown. So I try to catch my breath and only ration it out for something honest. Meanwhile, my instincts and intuition are in competition for control over my intentions. That's why my tongue gets tied. When they play tug of war inside of me, I blur the lines, unwind the rope, and turn the game into double dutch. A disagreement arises, they polarize, and now I'm twisted up. As they're debating over wanting sex and needing respect, over spontaneity and regret. I'm in the middle, trying to diffuse the noose of a situation and figure out what happened to all the fun I was having. But I know that my being is full of flesh and my spiritual eyes are open, but I blindfold them sometimes. I guess that's just my spiritual kink. It needs to be worked out by that majestic masseuse who understands my emotions. In other words, I should pay more. On the other hand, I need to cut back on the potion I polish off. Because I don't want to stay blind and be left open like curtains on a window that I forgot to close. And I'm hoping if I did, it's on the second story. A chapter where I cannot be broken by people who aren't on my level. When my hair is cut, it doesn't hang beneath the scissors at a tamed bevel. It stands up, and some would say it looks disheveled. But I think it's a spiritual kink. Makes it harder for you to read my mind and then regurgitate back to me a bunch of lies that you want me to think. Poem. Thank you.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Very nice. It was, honey, I like those poems. It comes out one way, but it's turned into, oh no, honey, I got something to say. I need you to know this is not going how you think it's
Yeah.
going. I love it. I love it. I love it.
If you like that, I don't know if Brother Eric wants to perform again, but I just seen him in another room. He was so good, and he does that same thing. Like you would think, oh, it's gonna be steamy, but no, like it's a message. And I think he's like one of the only people I see do that. And I was like, oh, I got
Yeah,
inspired.
that was that was fire. I like
Because
that.
it's like we want to be sexually liberated, but so many times we're in shackles because we're not really free. Like, well, you're a slave to certain things, and some would say it's sinful. I don't force my beliefs on people, but from my experience, I'm like, bro, it's not fun because it's like I said, it starts off like a game, and then it's not anymore. When you start getting soul ties and bonded, it's like, oh, I wish I could go back to who I was. Like I tell people all the time, they make fun of people for being virgins, or if someone is a virgin and they're embarrassed, I'd be like, bro, that's a good thing. Like
Exactly. And the deal is those soul ties, in order for that to be broken, you have to go back to when it occurred. Like what situation were you in, or what mind space were you in where you connected to this person because they came and filled what you thought was the desire that you had. Like I'll give you an example. I ended up getting soul tied to this guy because since my father left my mother, he was the only male that like stood up for me in like every area. He protected me and just went above and beyond. But through that, this bond connected, and when I tell you, it took a long a long time to break because first of all, I didn't understand. I just thought that, when somebody says, "Oh, you just pray against it and, plead the blood." Oh, no, 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 no. You gotta do some work for that stuff to come off of you. So yes, honey, you operating on purpose. I like that.
Thank you so much.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in your inbox also.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna have to get in your inbox
Yeah.
also.
We on
Thank
a
you so
mission,
much for
sis.
joining.
But thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you,
All
sweetie.
right. Bye, brother. Y'all have
Um,
a good night.
yes, you also, Eric,
All right.
Ari.
All right.
Thank you. And like I said, I'll be in your inbox.
All right. Oh, hey.
Good evening. Welcome to A Taste Style. Lavina, Poetic, Empress,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Open
I
Mic
know now.
Night.
Hey,
I love y'all.
How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm sorry. I was trying to finish up a last set, and then the circle came. Um,
Well,
I was a stalker. I followed
oh, that's
Ariel
fine.
from the other room, and she was fired. So it told me
Uh-huh.
she was going live again, and here I am in your
Oh,
space.
well, thank you.
So
Thank
great
you.
pieces of work from Ariel and from you.
Kundan.
Yes, that was a beautiful piece. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
And now Ariel's put me on the spot because I wasn't planning to do that piece. This is a piece for people. Poets are dreamers, and sometimes if you're not careful, you could kill your dream.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm an old man. So this is some. I wrote this piece in the beginning of COVID when I tried to resurrect my dream, and I recite it now because sometimes, we project out to everybody else, but sometimes we still got to deal with some stuff inside. So this is called Midlife Christ Is. I got to do some soul work so I can let this soul work. I know that Christ is my help. I'm fighting this midlife crisis. God help this. Life is at times a mockery. I feel these unrealized dreams, hopes, and desires ganging up like bullies, mocking me, teasing me. Feelings of failure and inadequacy won't stop jocking me and squeezing me. The thoughts of you're too late keep sweating me, aiding and abetting me into this pity party that I host that gradually coasts me into this sunken place. It's a drunken space without even one drop of a drink. Yet I'm intoxicated by the toxic self-hatred as I personalize the remix of a Deborah Cox ballad. How did you get here, E? You're not supposed to be here. Nah. Now, to be clear, I fear that my position in this piece is misunderstood or rather misdiagnosed. I mean, to be clear, I confess that I'm blessed and my blessings are better than most. And I'm not saying that to boast. But while my soul is presently feeling restless, I don't ignore my blessed life checklist. See, I live a fairly stress-free life. Check. I've got a beautiful, sophisticated, incredible wife. Check. 5 amazing kids. Check, 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 check. I've teleworked from the crib way before COVID. Check. Making decent pay. Check. And I get to hide away in a nice size pad. Check. My heavenly dad has really smiled on me. Check. So why is my soul frowning? Am I ungrateful? No, not really. But really? I am a little hateful, hating, resentful, regretful, constantly contemplating. Did I miss it? Did I piss it down the pot? Am I damn within? Unlike Hamilton, did I throw away my shot? And while I can't ignore my more than decent welfare, I fumble around feeling like a forgotten failure. Have you ever appeared successful to others, but it's only because others are yet to discover that whatever you were successful for, you had pre-designed in your mind that you could have done so much more? Have you ever felt you were exponentially living beneath your potential? Have you ever saw a dream so clear that you could just touch it, take it, grab it, taste it? 25 years ago, I dreamed where I'd be right now, and that dream never manifested. And with wasted years, I tasted tears. I embraced the fears of the dreamer in me and all those possibilities. I guess I second guessed it. I faked and finessed it. I messed around minding everybody's business. That I missed minding my own business with a business mind. And it got to the point that these dreams would pound down the door to warrant me, but I never served them notice, and now they torment me with no hopes of ever becoming real and no guaranteed warranty. So now I'm stuck stuck in the realm of a pseudo-societal, suicidal success, but haunted by the possibilities of what could never be. And as depression starts to cave in, I become a slave to this 9 to 5, existing, moving, barely breathing, unexplainably experiencing these dreams, slowly dying inside. And this usually gets to a point where a soul gets frantic and points to pain relievers and pleasures to appease an internal panic, like dressing 20 years younger, or buying a sports car for fun, or turning into a whoremonger to appease a dreamless hunger, or getting lost in video games because life is a game, but I keep losing. This is confusing. My soul is bruising. I've got to get away. I've got to escape this old soul that's growing to be, even if it means hurting those closest to me or just relieving my life of this misery. No, wait. This cannot be what I've become. Please, God, don't let my soul get numb. My soul hurts. I keep working, trying to make my soul work. I know that Christ is my help. I'm fighting, trying to overcome this midlife crisis. God help. I know I can do all things through Christ. So Jesus, why isn't my life aligned with you? Why isn't my mind aligned with the mind of you? I'm over here soaking around. Blind is true, but if I take a step back and use my real eyes and stop believing all these real lies, do you understand the things I start to realize? I've realized that life is not what you make it. No. Life is what you learn when you didn't make it, especially when you thought you would, when you failed fabulously, when you never thought you could. Life is appreciating the valleys and redefining the peaks and not overlooking the summits that are right there at the bottom of your feet. Life is appreciating the small victories after the major defeats and understanding that when you're still standing, that's a victory and defeat. Life is a gift. That's a remedy for a crisis. Life is a gift. And watch this. Breathing air is priceless. Life is a gift, and I don't even have a clue who would move swiftly to walk in my shoes if given the chance. Do you? And I think I've realized that through me, my ancestors' dreams have been realized, and I feel I've disregarded blessings when procrastinating instead of living real life. And I think I've realized that I may not realize my dream while I'm alive, but if I invest in my kids realizing their dreams, then I keep the dream alive. And that's a solid investment. And that's taking a midlife crisis and redefining it to a midlife assessment. Word life.
Honey, so nice. I had to hit that button twice.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was straight fire.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta take a deep breath for you. Because that poem,
Yeah, I find myself
was
rehearsing it throughout the day because I have to remind myself of some stuff. I think if you've lived long enough, when you were 20 and young, you just saw yourself conquering the world and all these dreams you'd accomplish. And then life happens. And then if you are a dreamer, if you keep getting visions of where this poetry or this art is going to take you, and you don't see yourself going anywhere, you start to get stuck. And I think what helped me is I realized all this stuff that I was soaking around about, my ancestors only dreamed that they could be living the life I'm living now. Like I'm just a baton passing to the next generation. And so that helps me as I continue. I'm still grinding. I'm still doing what I feel like I need to leave on this earth, but I have a different perspective about it now.
there you go.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what's up.
There you go.
Can I give a shameless plug? I have a project called Monoloetry. It's the marriage of monologue and poetry. If you put that in your Spotify or Apple Music search or anywhere where you listen to audio, you can check it out. And I have that piece, the piece that Aria was referring to in the other room, and some others. So please check it out if you can. And if you want to find out more information about me, just follow me. And I thank you for allowing me to share the space. I just followed you, so I'll be looking to see when you go live as well. Where are you located?
Yes, and I'll follow you back. Excuse me.
Where are you located?
I'm in Delaware, in the tri-state area.
I'm in Virginia.
Where are
You're
you
not
at?
that far away. I'm in Northern Virginia.
I hit up Busboys and Poets in Washington,
Yes.
like I guess it was almost 2 months ago. I went for their open mic, and I was kind of on a little open mic tour,
Mm-hmm.
so but I had to pause it for a second
Mm-hmm.
because this Saturday I'm actually performing live. I'm going to do a one-woman show
Nice.
in Wilmington, Delaware. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that and gearing up to that. As a matter of fact, after tonight, I won't be on Instagram so much because I gotta really hone in on, this thing it's
Yeah, you
Saturday,
gotta get ready
right?
for it. Get
you know.
focused. Yeah.
So I need my mind just to be clear and, just to be focused and whatnot.
Nice, nice.
But yes, I'll follow you back as soon as the show is
Okay.
finished.
And I'm going to be
Definitely.
featured at a couple
Okay.
of bus boys in May. So
Oh, that's what's
yeah,
up. Well, maybe I can come down.
yeah,
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 and
yeah.
get to hear you live. That's awesome.
Okay. It's great meeting you.
That's
Great meeting you
you
both.
also. Thank
And
you.
you,
Great
Ariel.
meeting
Thanks for the
you.
love.
Yeah.
Y'all take care.
Yes, thank you.
Peace, Eric. All right. All right. All right.
Okay, there's someone else who wants to come in. Now, Kadone, are you going to perform another piece for us tonight?
Yeah, I can share one more and then I can also get off and let anybody else if they want to come.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sir, your screen is black. Is that what you intended?
No, can you see me?
No, sweetheart, we can't see you. Hi, sweetie.
I'm waving my hand.
Oh, no, it's completely black.
I didn't intend for it to be that way. I can't believe you can't see me though.
Okay. Well, introduce yourself, and before you start your poem, I want the young lady who just came on, in the room. I want her to introduce herself also, and then you can spit a piece.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Young lady, what's your name?
Hi. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm Iris.
It's okay. No need to apologize.
I'm Iris Flowerbomb.
Iris Flowerbomb. And you know what? I looked at the thing, but by the time I got back to the screen, I like that Flowerbomb. Do you wear a Flowerbomb? The perfume?
Oh, that's actually part of that was the very first inspiration for it. I love it a lot. But at this point, that's not even the reason why I even named myself that. But that was the first thing for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, after he does his piece, you can tell us why if you don't mind, you can share with us how your name came about. Now, young man, I'm gonna call you Mr. Black because we can't see you. But please.
I don't even know why. I'm Larry Edwards. I'm a singer / poet, and I don't know why this is happening. Maybe my phone is cursed, but
no, it's not. It's not a curse. It's just sometimes Instagram with everybody doing their shows, it just gets overloaded. I believe.
Yeah.
Because I had to earlier when I first started the show, I had to go all the way out, turn off my phone, and then start my show over. So you're good. Just go ahead and introduce yourself and share with us. Give us a taste.
All right. My name is Larry Edwards, better known as Larry the Soulful Poet. I'm an Indie Award winning artist, poet, singer / educator, and I'm gonna give you a taste. Freestyle. You know what, baby? Right now, you're looking so good. And can I say that right now, I just want to suck you down like a lollipop, make you taste like a lemon drop. I promise that I won't stop because you got to understand the kind of man that I really am. You looking sexy in those denim jeans. Better yet, you got me speaking like a wannabe hip-hopper. You know what I mean? Damn, girl, you would taste like some candy. I bet you as sweet as some dark brandy. Better yet, let me serenade before I sip you like some lemonade. Girl, there's something wrong with me. Every time I'm alone with you, You keep talking about you loving me. Hey, girl, your foreplay just blows my mind. Why don't you stop all the talking, girl? Why don't you stop wasting time? Now I've had my share of lovers. Some say I'm damn good. If you think you can turn me up, Larry, just wish that you would go. You keep telling me this and telling me that. You say what's wrong with you, I'll never go back. You say there's a lesson you want to teach. I know you can't see me, 'cause I faded to the light. Yeah.
I like that. I like how you ended that. He said, because he faded to black. Now, wait, I'm trying to think of what singer you sound like.
Oh no.
Not Teddy Pendergrass, not who, I don't know, but excellent on the singing. Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Thank you.
I like that. And
I put my
fire on the freestyle. You better go.
I put my
Nice.
information, Lowry Love Anthem, Spotify, Apple iTunes, and I also have an album called Poetic Love that's on the same network. And I'm just glad that I got a chance to share. And
Yes, thank you.
I don't know how often you come to New York, but I'm performing this Friday at Raise Up in the Bronx for a pop-up shop, and we're doing a boat ride in Harlem on May 19th. So, and I'll be performing on the pier. So, just hit my information. If anybody wants to go, it'll be in Harlem May 19th.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, Miss Flowerbomb, please. Now, yes, how did you come up now? How did all that transpire?
It was a series of things, actually. So, for one thing, I really love Flowerbomb by Victor and Rolf. I really love that perfume a lot, and it's a beautiful name. But I kind of separated my name into 3 different parts, Iris Flowerbomb, because I feel like lately I've been experiencing different parts of me that are not completely whole, but I don't really feel like it's a bad thing, because it's letting me experience a certain spiritual growth that I didn't have for a while. I've always loved iris flowers, and I've always loved the name Iris. I recently learned this year that Iris is actually the goddess of rainbows. And I feel like some people, when they see me, when they talk to me, when I befriend them, they really think that I'm either like an iris or a flower, just very pretty. You can pick it up, you can take it with you, it's very, very sweet. But when it gets to the point where I get very upset, which is, if I get really, really upset, like to the point where I'm exploding on everyone, it takes a while. And I feel like that's the bomb part of me. Not to say that I'm the bomb, but like I explode like a bomb. So lately, I've been definitely feeling, especially this past 2 months, that people haven't really respected the part of me that I kind of try to keep into the forefront, which is the iris, the flower, the pretty, sweet Southern, sweetheart girl, because I'm really loving. Sometimes I love too much. But I think some people have been a little careless with how they approach me. So I've had to bring out my bomb part recently in my poetry lately, just so that I can remind people, yes, I don't do slam poetry, but don't think I can't. I can absolutely do whatever I need to, if I need to bring home a certain thank you, Ariel. I need to bring home a certain point. And I felt like this past 2 months I've had this unspoken beef with a very popular poet. So I've had to like really, it's been a very long and complicated process for me, but I really like embracing that because the bomb part is something I've always tried to hide because I didn't want to be seen as like an aggressive Black woman. Like I
Yes,
didn't
I
want to
know,
seem like
honey.
I was. A lot of my poems, especially as of lately, have been about heartbreak and pain, and I was ashamed to keep doing it because everyone would make it like I was just being bitter. It's like, no, I'm actually really happy. I just want to spit my part. I want to do my pieces. So this is just, the name is really just helping me be able to deal with the fact that no, I'm not just going to be this one setting all the time. Sometimes I'm going to go off, and when I do, it'll still be pretty. Another thing that brought me to that name was I was thinking about the last time I was at a wedding. When the bride, she throws the bouquet into the air, everyone loves it. Even if they don't reach for it, everyone secretly hopes that we can catch that bouquet or that it'll come to us somehow. But compare that to when like a bouquet of flowers just explodes in your face. It's like, what? It's like, why did you just do that? And that's exactly what I'm trying to go for. So that's
Or like the glitter bomb, right? Like one of the best revenges is mail somebody a bunch of glitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. I am the biggest advocate for glitter bombs. I love them so much. No one will know. Just do it. Just try it.
And as far as it's something that you said, because everyone sees you as so nice. Well, what people, because I guess people don't really teach about balance and about the pendulum that swings from one side to the other. And that's how I am. People, they see me, oh my God, you're so nice. And then when I have to check someone or speak up for myself, they're like, oh my gosh, she's so mean. I'm like, no, honey, I didn't change. I'm always the
You're
same.
toxic.
It's just that exactly you gotta know who you are and know that it's okay. I don't have to, get with someone every time. I pick and choose my battles, but sometimes you have to say, no, enough.
Right. And
I
felt like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I definitely am getting to a point. Honestly, the thing is, before I made my name this past 2 months, actually I did this month. I was going under my stage name as a singer, and I felt like people took that for granted. They took that girl for granted. Iris is kind of like my Sasha Fierce. It's like Nia, my singer version, she will be very quiet and she will let people screw her over and she'll hide and she'll just be depressed. But Iris don't give a fuck. Like she just will be like, let me say it. What do you want to say? I'm gonna say it for you.
Let me put it to you like this.
Let me just go ahead. Let me break it
If
down for you.
Look, if you go ahead and just accept that Iris and wait a minute, what did you say? Iris and Flower?
Oh, Iris and Flower.
Flower Bomb.
Yeah.
Well, Iris and Flower Bomb are one and the same, honey. There is no separation.
Really
you understand? So once you accept that, you won't have to hide. You won't have to, be scared that she gonna bust out or, say something. No, it's just you just gonna flow, and that fierceness it's just gonna express itself in every way. You understand what I'm saying? So you can be, and that's the thing about being feminine and being women who we are, because yes, everyone has both in them, feminine and masculinity. But when we understand and we identify with female, we're feminine, we rule in that arena more. And so we can throw out some fire and turn around and put that fire out with some soft, beautiful, warm water.
Right.
And still be just as beautiful and fly as we need to be.
What was I saying?
So,
anyways? Anyways.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, girl, okay, now I need you to go ahead and give us a taste of Iris Flower Bomb.
I want to
Please.
apologize to Ariel because she's heard me do this one like so much this past week, but it's one of my favorite ones. It's like it's brought me back into feeling like, oh my gosh, I can write and I can actually do this. So, all right. Do you remember the first time that you fell in love? Do you remember how old you were? Do you remember what color the sky was above? Do you remember what song was #1 on the radio? To be honest, if you ask me, I don't know. But you see, at first, it was giving royalty. It was giving my Shango to his Oshun, dedicated my entire entity of Ilekes to his eligible errors without ever needing to show my waist, and followed all of his guidance half-heartedly, which he half-heartedly paced. It was giving honeysuckle-drenched vocal cords aimed directly at my open heart space with the purity of black boy joy. It was giving moonlit Monets. Shout out to Janelle. It was giving Frida and Diego in the early haze of their days. It was giving a crescending moon's crescent of every single sentiment that I effervescently put into every sentiment. So I guess I'm sentimental. But you see, now it's giving incompetence. Now it's giving played out. Now it's giving, I'm with the mirror that I cracked, but I'm so willing to hide behind my words behind the computer screen. It's giving tired. It's giving tired specifically of your bullshit. It's giving tired of your succulent personal paraphrasing. It's giving an inconsistent, indecisive casualty of heartbreak. It's giving resignation into an endless semester of endless mind fucks. It's giving, frankly, disgust, nigga. Yuck. Don't you dare throw rocks at my throne when your own ground is amok. You traded your rooted tree of knowledge to become a whomping willow of a jester of what used to be a man who forgets the sentence ignorance treated into his egoista, with quite a tarnished plan, I might add. And still I beg my altar to riddle me this. Who gave this man the notion that he could stand to my anointed? So casually, I fiddle with that tryst. What he doesn't see is that I like to play with serpents that are presented to my divinity, play with their scales in A major and wager their heartbeats, silently nod to heartbreakers making interference with lovemaking in between our lovely sheets. So silently, but also violently, I wait. We will see who will pound their fist harder into my love's fate. Thank you.
Well, okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes, that was fire. It was beautiful. And then, honey, you was like, and what? No, we not having that. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I love that. Now, did you have another piece you would like to share with us?
Oh my God, can I? I love when people ask if I have another one. Okay. Okay, this one is a bit more, once again, Ariella, if you're still here, she has heard me perform this one because I just wrote it today, so it's like my favorite one right now. She has heard me perform this one today, maybe I think maybe 4 times. So I'm sorry, Ariella, but you have to hear it one more time. All right. This one is titled Poetry's Rage. I wrote this one after I was in a live video, and it was hosted by a woman. She had me and 2 other men in there, and the men quickly took over the entire conversation, and it was clear that they were just like salty little boys who were mad because women cut them off because they weren't being consistent enough. And while I didn't write this poem about them, I realized later on when I was writing it that it was in reference to them a little bit. The guy got on stage, one of the guys got on stage, and in an effort to help me learn about, confidence with performing, he did this piece that was very, very sexual, but it felt more like it was directed at me, and I didn't like it. So this was kind of like me addressing it a little bit. All right.
Okay.
Maybe his vernacular swirled inside his native tongue, too far from my self-portrait to comprehend. Feigning scars and swallowing carcasses for a better sense of pride. Yet I feel the heaviness of a pen being tapped the fuck out by a man who clearly hasn't recovered from when he cried. Memories ripe and ripple into an ocean that I devour and sneak and invoke into my art without any sense of crime. His past tense makes no sense to my prime. My interstellar opulence is not simply phenomenal, hence my hymns don't fall short of sophisticated melodies. See, I know the difference in reverence between the honeycomb to the bee. I know the tremors of the heartbreaks breaking into hotels and late night quickies turning half friends into full strangers, but it's strange, see, it made me believe that my words weren't even good enough for my succulent poetry. With roots much deeper than the last season on TV, or boys and bays breeding love running far from its Red Sea. Even if I tested its sophisticated ignorance, he would still send me into a curve. Perhaps if I stopped stroking his big fat ego and instead pet his little small trauma, he'd grow a little bit of a nerve. Sometimes this poetry covers deeper roots. Sometimes this poetry unwinds its limbs into whomping willows, whips of defense. Sometimes this poetry levitates the apples before it hits the ground. Sometimes I have no choice but to grind hymns out of their barks. And even when there is no ground, this poetry cries out to a sap sweeter and proving more relief than mother's milk. And petals create gardens that give back to the sonic silk. Thank you.
Oh my God, that's the bomb part of you.
Yeah, that's really, I was gonna say, this
God.
is more of like the more violent, just not even nice.
I love it. Yeah, yeah. Because we really are both, you know. I wrote a poem about that that's called Breaking Up with the Angel Demon False Binary, or the Exotic Perfection Demonization False Binary. And I did post it on my Instagram about 2 days ago. It's in one of my reels as a caption. You can read it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love to. Yeah, I'm trying to, because the thing is, I'm not a slam poet at all. I'm trying to get accustomed to it, but the thing is, I'm not doing poetry as a career. This is just something I do just to get certain words that I can't put into songs out, you know. But I've been confronted with the idea many times this past 2 months of me doing slam poetry and competitions, and it's like I don't even have I don't think I have the stature for it, to be honest. But I'm having so much fun with making angry poems right now. I can't lie. It's given me a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So that's just where I am right now. It's just having fun being mad at men.
Well, the thing is, at least you're releasing it.
Yes, and that's this past year, actually this past 2 months that I've been back online, I realized that I used to criticize myself hard for only writing a lot of heartbreak and mental illness poems. But I realized if it's stuck in my head and I don't write about it, it means I'm still suffering from it. So this past month, I only just wrote my first poem about my father. I only just wrote my first poem about Black Matters. I've only just written my first poem about a sexual harassment problem. You know, like it was in my, I can never put it into words except for this month. So that's how I know I'm really healing, because I've moved past a lot of subjects that I was not able to for years. So I definitely
and that's what I love about poetry. It's freeing, it's healing, and with artistry across the board. I'm glad that people are putting it in writing, speaking it, making movies, plays, that they're getting it out that way versus going out and hitting somebody upside the head, not shooting people, things of that nature. So I'm like, girl, you do whatever you have to do, because the deal is well, I don't like it when they call us angry Black women because we speak up for ourselves. The deal is, it's like, look past my words, check my heart. Because if people would go ahead on, be in tune with the vibration that's being put out, they would really hear and see who we really are, versus just saying, oh, she an angry Black woman. It's like, no, honey, is so far from
To
that.
them, our
So,
skin tone
but
speaks
you have
louder.
a beautiful spirit.
Mhm.
So you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I really, really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
she does. She has a really beautiful spirit.
Thank you. I'm a Leo, so
Yeah.
I get a little feisty, but I try to I try. I really do.
Don't apologize for it.
Woo.
Stop apologizing. That's what I'm saying. Stop apologizing. You gotta,
100%.
well, not that you have to, but one day just take some time and cleanse yourself from all those thoughts of what people are saying about you. And I'm not sure what kind of relationship you have with God, but think of all the things He says about you. And the first thing He said about us is that we were good always. That doesn't
Right.
change. So, and then you got to see you for whom you are and know that in spite of anything, you are good and you are beautiful. It's just as simple as that. And let those thoughts resonate in your head, not what everybody else has
The
said.
self concept. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, honey. And let me tell you, for you to, and you have confidence because you done graced the stage, honey. You done spoke your pieces. You didn't hide behind anything. You doing your thing, shining. Believe who you are. That's what it is. Just believe in who you are.
It's funny you said you didn't hide from anything because half the time I don't even show my face not because I don't want to show my face, because I'm really a vocalist and I really love the spoken word, and I love being able to make people just listen to my voice. So like half the time I do hide my face just to fuck with people. I'm not gonna lie. It's like they get frustrated, like, well, what does she look like? Who is she? I love
Well,
it.
I've been blessed
Yeah.
today. Thank you for
I
blessing
felt
us
like
with your
I
presence.
felt like I felt like this was a space where I didn't mean to presume, but like it did feel like it was a space where like no one would care what I looked like, or no one, or at least people would be able to focus just as much on the visual as much as they cared about the actual words, because that was very important to
Yeah.
me.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that because that's what kind of space I want. That's what I want people to come in and feel good when you leave this place. When you leave, even if somebody, when you meet me in person, feel good about yourself when you leave my presence.
Right.
That's what it's all about. Building and encouraging one another, you know.
I'm
So
gonna keep up with y'all.
thank you.
I'm gonna follow both of y'all. You guys are very, very sweet, and I really need more of that in my life right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go unless
But
you got some other people who wanna come up. I'm gonna go.
Okay,
Thank you
sweetie.
so much for letting me.
Thank you again. Peace and blessings.
peace and blessings. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you would both enjoy this poem. It's called "What It Cost You To When You Dehumanize Me." This is me flipping all the insults they throw at us and reclaiming them and being proud of all of it. What it cost you to when you dehumanize me. Call me cunning snake because you envy my flexibility, even though you have legs that can jump and move faster. Call me sly fox because you envy my wisdom, even though you have a bigly brain. Call me stupid sheep because you envy my ability to cooperate and commune with others, even though you own an empire. Call me big bad wolf because you envy my badass energy, even though your own unrestrained strength has almost destroyed the whole world, while I only brought down 3 houses. Call me scorpion because you envy my clear aim when striking for what I desire, even though you have entire armies getting you what you want. Call me weeds because you envy my tenacity and ability to be everywhere, connected to everything, even though you could have this too if only you allowed yourself the humility to see how much in common you and I are. Call me gorilla because you are scared of how much you have hurt us all and you are afraid we will retaliate, even though it's only you that keep escalating disproportionately throughout history after claiming false victimhood. Call me beast, because you have lost your own humanity and can't see mine either, even though you, ironically, lost your own humanity while trying to dehumanize me. And finally, call me kitten, because now you're so scared after imagining threatening figments of me, even though you'd be whole and safe if only you see my humanity.
Mm. Yeah, that's something. And that is something because if people who want to destroy humanity uh, would understand they're human also.
Exactly.
And my thing is, okay, you get rid of everybody on the planet, sweetie. What are you gonna do with yourself?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, I'm like, these people evidently are not thinking people, or I believe that some people can condition themselves to not care. They can condition themselves to not feel their emotions. They can ignore them, bury them so deep that they do the things that they do, and they don't feel the pain that they've caused. And that is a dangerous person.
Yeah.
You know, so I believe that's why a lot of the things, the senseless killings of innocent people go on for that reason. You know? So maybe I'm going to speak from from myself. Maybe my prayer needs to turn into let them feel.
Exactly.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you
Because
love, if you
they've lost
feel,
empathy by losing
yeah,
their own
you wouldn't
humanity.
do. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Wow,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, when it comes to matters of the world and the things that go on, it just mm, it's not something that I try that I ignore, but I can't get swallowed up by it because uh, then I'll crumble, if you know what I mean. But I do um, give out what I want,
Yeah.
you know, give out love, give out peace. And if I wrong somebody, I apologize to make that thing right. But yeah, this so like we're here, and we sow into the next generation that's coming. Will continue to be here. We sow love. So yeah. And you have a lot of, you give out a lot of knowledge on your page and during your live, because you talked about some of the um, Indian teachers and um, scientists. I think it was you gave a list of men on your show one afternoon that either invented, like some, I think a couple of them invented certain things.
Yeah.
Um,
So basically, Google itself is very racist and sexist because if you look at, if you put in the search terms on Google, the greatest scientists in the world in history or great scientists, uh, every single search result is a white man, not even a woman, it's a white man. Uh, Similarly, if you put in the search term greatest artists in history, they're all white men. So that's clear bias. It's and it's really sad because of how much history has been erased. Because, as you know, history is written by victors and conquerors, right? So, like Hindu men, I mean Hindu scientists, both men and women, all genders. Well, for example, we discovered gravity and the laws of motion at least 1,000 years before Newton, for example. Uh, we were also squaring the circle, which apparently I think is still a so-called unsolved problem, according to Western mathematics. Uh, but we've already done it. We've been doing it for centuries because we needed to square the circle for our rituals, like where we have to some of the fires that we make, some of them are squares and some of them are half circles. So we needed to figure it out how to turn a square into a circle. And so we did it because for us, for our science and mathematics are deeply intertwined with our spirituality. So and that's another thing that happened to Western science, this division, right? The separation, because they thought they were superior to nature, which is also what the poem is referencing. It's a double-layered poem, right? They always use animal insults at us, which is ironic because it's very revealing. It shows that they still think they're superior to nature, that nature is inferior. And I'm like, but I am nature too. So you can call us these animal names. It's not an insult, actually, to me, if you reclaim it and see that you're one with nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with that, that we're all connected and that we're all made up of the same elements, just different amounts
Hmm.
for us to manifest
Yeah.
in human form,
Right.
animal form, in star form. Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And also even recent history has been like, kind of hidden, like the fact that, it was a black woman who invented VoIP, which is why we are able to speak with each other on this IG live right now because of her, Dr. Marion
mhm,
Croak. And it was a black man who invented the first mobile phone, the first cell phone, you know. Uh,
mhm,
and in fact, it was a black man who improved Edison's original tungsten filament, and he created
mhm.
an improved version of it. So, and that's been hidden as well, right? So you can literally say it was a black man who brought light to the world in a sense, and not a white
Mhm.
man. Yeah.
Now, question: have you written all these things down? Have you thought about writing a book on art history? And I say art history because we are related. We are one.
Hmm. A book. Yeah, I mean, I am going to publish a book of my poems, a book on history. I mean, it is, I mean, the information's out there. You just have to search. Yeah, a book would be nice. Yeah, on all of these things collected together.
I mean, because that's what I'm saying. Just a collective of what you have been taught and what you know, what you studied, and what you've read. So to actually put it in one book,
Mm.
it could be volume one. You could start it, and somebody else will come along and come with volume two, volume three. But that's how the story, our truths are continued to be told.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and I only say because I'm like, okay, he spent on his studying and he knows some stuff. So, but that would
Yeah, in fact,
that would,
even the number system, right? The number zero was simultaneously invented by the Hindus and the Mayans long before the Europeans never invented the number zero, period. Uh, and the number system as we know it, the numerals, were also invented by Hindus, and eventually the Arabic Muslim conquerors, they took it over. and they did their own version of the numbers. So today they're known as Hindu Arabic numerals. But yeah, and again, even with that, the reason why we invented zero is because it's zero in reality is more like a discovery than an invention, because what we discovered wasn't just zero, we discovered the 0 point field known as shunyata, the nothingness, which is also now recent discoveries in Western physics, right? But we discovered it first through our awareness practices. We discovered shunyata, and from shunyata, we created zero, which is revolutionary because before that, you needed, all sorts of complicated symbology to show numbers. Uh, but with the invention of zero and the invention of the decimal system and placements, you only need 9 numbers plus zero to to be able to do the entire, arithmetic, all the numbers in the world, just with these 10
Now,
symbols.
question.
Yeah.
When you said it was numbers were in symbolized codes at first,
Mm-hmm.
do you believe that the knowledge and wisdom was only to be given to trusted with certain people? Because with knowledge, um, you can control people.
Mm.
So, and that's what I say about our ancestors who started, who had the schools and they had the wisdom and the teachings of how things came into fruition and how to perform certain things and things of that nature, that everyone wasn't privy to all the knowledge and wisdom. Because um, with knowledge, as you can see, this world, they do all kind of things. Like they have a system, a weather system, a satellite that they, or this machine that they shoot iodine up into the clouds and it overproduces iodine. It makes the rain, when it rains, which is not healthy
Oh yeah, the
for,
cloud seeding and weather modification technology.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. So um, I believe in the beginning that the wisdom, just like gunpowder, it was hidden, it was protected. Like everything wasn't supposed to be just spilled out into the world. Um, Again, with Google or social media and things of that nature, because you have all this stuff online, now people have access to things that is not always good, or how to build a bomb or how to go out and get a gun and, and look at some of the things that go on from that.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
things
there are
are, is,
inventions like that, even the nuclear bomb, that has more to do with the application of knowledge, right? And also the misuse of knowledge. It's what I call,
mhm,
the way I see it, like all of these isms, like racism, classism, ableism, sexism, right? Fatphobia, they all have their roots, even the gender binary, right, have their roots in eugenics and anti-blackness, right? But even those things have their roots in something furthermore, which is machine supremacy, is what I call it now, where this belief that they are superior to nature, and by extension, superior to everything else, to other human beings, right?
mhm,
And the belief that machines are, with their machines, they can be superior, right? Whereas our technology that we had, uh, and this is why to them our technology looks primitive, right? Uh, because we were trying to be in tune with nature, right? So, for example, they have air conditioning now, right? We didn't have air conditioning because what we did was we had very advanced architectural science called Vastu Shastra, where we would build the buildings themselves in such a way, the structure itself was designed in such a way that it would be naturally cool
mhm,
in the summer, without need for any machines, right? Not only that, our systems, our architecture was so advanced that we even had a natural alarm system without electronics. The rooms were designed in such a way that a small sound, even a whisper, in one end of a building can be heard as a loud noise in another room.
Wow.
That's how advanced.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And can you imagine how much energy, how much money would be saved if we still operated on those grounds?
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, see, I'm gonna tell you what happened. What they done was, well, this is my thought process right here in this moment. If we take away the natural order and the natural wisdom and knowledge of things, how things operate, we can get an advantage over people because everybody is not going to be able to afford this new technology in the way they build things. And the thing is, the houses and things they put up today, they don't even use a whole brick.
Right.
You understand? In the siding, and they put that together in a honey. And if a wind come along, a serious wind, that siding it's sliding off the side of the house or the roof or whatever. So they didn't, because in the beginning the plane was equal. It was an equal laid plane where people didn't, money was not an issue. You know, when someone had something you wanted or vice versa, you would trade or swap through your gift or, you know, something you had or whatever the case may be. But they made it lopsided with the fake money.
Yep.
So
Fake money is
yeah,
dangerous.
I like talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came on.
Yeah, I actually wrote an allegory about money to show how fake it is. I have that too.
Oh wow. Now is that, did you write it? Did you put it in print?
It is in,
Or
it is printed out on these sheets.
okay.
Well, it's actually a very short micro story, and actually I have a 10-minute version of it on my YouTube channel where I made a one-person play, where it's a longer version where I acted out all the characters in the story. So
Oh
I,
wow. Now it's
on
on,
my
what
YouTube,
is it on?
on my YouTube channel, which is just basically my name, uh,
It's Cadone.
and then Sabra, yeah.
Okay, because I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, I can
Okay,
send
I'm
you
glad
the
you put
link
that up
too.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can read to you this 3-minute version of that if you want. Actually, it's like a 2-minute version. Oh, there? Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello, how are
Hey, how
you?
you doing?
I'm good. How are you
Pretty
doing?
good, pretty good. Hey
Good.
man, your work is always dope, man. Every time I hear you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. Okay. So, thanks for having me on here.
You're welcome.
My real name is David, but on here I'm Way Up 1982. A few people on here know me. How you guys doing? I know you guys. I know you guys are amazing. So this piece that I want to jump into was a piece that I thought of 3 days ago, and hold on.
Cadone, I want you to read that when we come back, when he's finished, please. So don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us tonight. This is my first open mic night at A Taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress. So thank you guys for joining, for staying, for supporting. We so appreciate all of you. Thank you. Um, Sweetheart, you're You're I think he went out. Yeah, I was gonna say he popped out. He was bubbling or spinning. I said bubbling. Now, yes, I want you to please share the 3 minute
Yeah.
piece.
So this is called an allegory about our money system, or really our currency system. There was once a kingdom where people could trade for in gold, silver, and art. In this kingdom, more than half the population grew their own foods inside large, diverse, edible forests that had at least 500 edible foods. The other half hunted food and foraged among the plants in the forest. Then a power-hungry wizard decided to tell the king that he could create a better system by having everybody grow only one kind of food in large plots of land so that they could trade for in just gold. He advised the king so that gold, the primary currency of the palace, would become more valuable, and that it would be so much more efficient and easy for the people if they could sit among plots of land with easy access to this food without struggling so much to hunt and forage. At this point, the fool started to crack up. Ha 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 ha. But the wizard silently sent a shut-up spell to the fool. So the king implemented this plan. Then the treasurer had an even more cunning idea. He plotted with the wizard to tell the king that they didn't even need to trade in gold, but simply write an IOU on pieces of paper because the people trusted the king and the palace. He then asked for a network of buildings called banks with bankers to issue these. The fool started dancing and jumping up and down and waving his hands at this point because the fool in reality was no fool, but no one understood him.
Mm. You know, it's something that you would read that because that's exactly what money is, a debt owed.
Exactly.
So they got us out here fighting, running, screaming, working all kind of hours, jumping through all these hoops
Mm-hmm.
for something
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
worthless.
It's actually worse than that. There's a reason why, if whether in the Bible or even in the Quran and I believe the Talmud as well, uh, usury is banned, usury is interest, right? There's a reason for that because you see, what it is that, as you know, it's no longer connected to gold standard, right? So that's why we call it a fiat currency. It's by decree. And it is debt based, but it's worse than that because currency is issued for debt, but never for interest, which means collectively bankruptcy is built into the system. It's designed to fail. It's designed to go through these boom and bust cycles because there is never enough money for the interest. There's only enough money for the debt. And the worst part about it is that, and this is the reason why they refuse to raise the federal minimum wage, right? Still at $7 something, right? On the state level, it's like 12 or 15 in some states, right? But at the federal level, it's still like 7.25. This is the reason why they refuse to raise it, because what happens is, remember, it's designed to fail, right? But then the big banks are considered too big to fail. So what they do is they bail out the big banks and issue this fake currency to the big banks, but not to the little guy who needs it more, right? And then what happens is because everything has crashed, Everything is so cheap, and guess who's the only one left with the money? The big banks. So they buy everything very cheaply and then raise the price up, but the minimum wage remains the same. So that's a setup for another crash.
Come on.
That's how it's designed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
That is so true.
it is not, the system is not broken. It's designed this way. It's designed to fail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I said. I said it's strategic. It's not something that they just done on a whimsy. They sat down, plotted, and planned that this thing will operate the way it does.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be in your inbox too because I want to bring you on again so we can talk and you can share some more poems and all that. I've enjoyed having you on the show. As a matter of fact, I'm really tired because I try not to go
Yeah, it
past
must
the
be
hour.
midnight over
And
there,
oh
right?
my God, what
Yeah.
time is it? We've been on for 2 hours and 12 minutes. Oh my
wow.
goodness.
Yeah, you must be.
Wow, you
You're
guys,
on the
yeah,
East
so I'm
Coast,
gonna
right?
go ahead and keep the show. Yeah, I need to.
So
This has been
it's
great.
midnight over there. Yeah.
You know what? Yes, it's a great way to end my night, especially coming up to the show that I got coming up this weekend. This has really been a great show. Thank you, and thank all you poets who came in tonight. You guys made this night super fantastic, and I enjoyed myself. Thank you. And like I said, I'll be hitting you up to get you
Yeah,
a
let me
date.
know.
So
Maybe you can interview me and be
yes,
a feature. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that very
All
much.
right.
So thank
All right.
you.
Peace.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys, yes, go ahead and X out because I want to save the show. I want to make sure I
Oh
save
yeah.
it and post it. I don't want to lose it. You guys, thank you so much for coming in tonight. This has been a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress coming at you with open mic night. And I'm going to tell you guys, this was just so fantastic. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And I'll do it again. I'm not sure when, but I will definitely do this again. Thank you so much. God bless. Peace. Good night.